Hello, fellow Bassages and Farganizels. My name is Alex Tyler. Welcome back to Ace Combat Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the two ground strikers for this video. Something normally different from my usual look. Today we're going to be looking at the Su-34, a great plane, and also the A-10, and different plane but also very good in its own right. Because these two planes are really good. The A-10, I would say, is very specialized in how it treats itself. It's a very good plane, and it does what it needs to. The Su-37, though, is a giant ball of just amazingness at the same time, and you can tell which one I favor more because of the weapon systems. So let's get into it.
Sorry, but I'm gonna eat while I work. My judgment goes fuzzy when I'm too hungry. How can you talk about
So the first mission we're going to be checking out with the planes is the Su-34. And when I first unlocked this plane back in the day, I did not know there was a thing that could equal the A-10. And this is an animal of its own. The A-10 I would call a very good ground striker. Amazing, one of the best, one of the most famous in the world. So amazing. But the reason why I like this plane the more is because of this. 3, 2, 1. Die! This thing is amazing for group targets and multitasking. It is amazing for taking on groups in a compact area. Because of this, it is amazing for these kind of missions at sea, for taking on special boss enemies that have grouped up targets. I haven't used this thing on the Arsenal Bird once, and it wiped it out. It's amazing how good it was. Against ships, against bases, against large platforms that are clumped together. This is a carrier plane in real life, and that's where the weapons were designed around. You are making this do work against ground targets that are very, I guess you say, working together or clumped up, like I keep on repeating myself saying. And yes, both planes, the A-10 and this, have 4 AGMs, the missiles, the special missiles that shoot off 4 missiles at once for ground targets. Yes, the difference between this and that is that this is a lot more maneuverable, a lot more faster and stuff. And you can even dogfight with this thing a little bit because the second weapon, the other weapon system I don't have unlocked for this are HCAAs. And those are just trash missiles you throw away at people, literally. Like, they are really good for taking on, like, I guess you could say the Arsenal Bird. They're high capacity, they're just throwing away, they do horrible damage. They're basically worse than regular missiles sometimes. Their homing is horrible. Anyway, the SFFS weapon system on this is amazing. It is the reason why I play this in the first place. If it did not have this and it just had some other crappy thing besides it, I would never use this plane once. Look how this is going. I'm taking out 4, 5, 6, even 7 targets at a time because I'm going after these large groups. I'm staying above the targets, and I'm even killing aircraft that are grounded. This is how good this thing is when you are realizing that you are just going on a bombing run. This is a bomber in the truest sense. You are just going in a straight line and just destroying stuff. Now, the word attacker, I agree with, in some sense, if you have the 4 AGMs. With the SFFS, you are a straight bomber just to do maximum damage and just get out of the way then. Find your targets and leave. That is literally what you're supposed to do. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of the video, rest of this clip I mean, then we'll continue on to A10.
He knows that better than anyone. He's one of the few with the skills to face Mr. X and live to tell.
That ain't funny.
Launched. Bullseye. Target has been destroyed.
Impressive.
Mass damper destroyed.
Seal it off. I went for the structural reinforcements. They're small, but not impossible to hit.
I've sent the data. Make like Wiseman and serve up a sandwich.
Righto. Copy. Roger.
Loss of the platform was not anticipated. Without this base, we'll have to rethink our whole strategy. Fox 2. I'm on his rear. Breaking out of lock. Franco 2, bandit!
Our damage is minimal, and 70% of our fleet is still operational. We're not done yet.
Say goodbye.
Attack missed. Viking, can't get away from this lock. This is Riker 1, behind my target.
Behind the enemy.
Bandit in my sights, locked on. Damn, why can't that experimental squadron show up here? You might as well be praying to the heavens. Now get out there and shoot them down yourself.
That's half of their operational ships. Keep at it, everyone.
Fox 2. I'm cornered. You're mine.
Wiseman, missile closing! Strider 1, missile inbound. Evade!
Strider 1, watch that enemy on your tail.
Say goodbye. Let me slide in on that tail.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Evade! Evade! Locked on bandit.
Platform perch confirmed. You just put the meat in between those buns and that burger is well done.
Who knows what'll happen if we take too much time. A sandwich? Let's end this.
I'm happy to eat both.
All defensive and air support teams. In order to
Now,
up and running,
the A10.
what I need most from you
When I
is
look at
time.
this plane, I think to myself,
Provide me that. My
this is an amazing vehicle. It's famous in real life and in game. It's one of the things you just pick instantly without thinking for ground missions. You just pick it and you win the game for that mission. Here is a good test to show you the comparison, how this is a good stress test for the A10. This mission is a very fast-paced, moving around the land and area, just going as fast as possible and destroying targets like this. In real life, it is used like this, passing over enemies and destroying them in one go. This is an assassin. It is meant to take out enemies in one go and not make mistakes doing it. You can just trust it like a Swiss Army knife and say, okay, I pick my target, I go over there, and then it dies. This is why the 4 AGMs are amazing for this vehicle. You do not look back after you fire. You do not turn around again unless you have to. You make one pass or two, and then all the enemies are dead. This is a king of its own. Yes, the Su-34 is an amazing vehicle. The weapon on it, the SFFS, is an amazing, amazing weapon. And when you give it to the F-22, it's amazing even better, because imagine the speed with that kind of weapon system. But where the Su-34 kind of fails is it is not beefy enough. This thing here is a giant flying tank in its own right. You put the right parts on it, you fly it right, and treat it right. Oh my god, this is beautiful. It destroys everything around it. It can dogfight slightly. It can destroy anything that it looks like at on the ground within a couple passes. And the gun on this thing is amazing. It fires faster than other guns in the game. I've noticed that with myself. The Vulcan cannon in real life is a beast of a weapon because it just tears through anything. And because of that, it is given the respect in this game. This plane is given the respect of what it needs to be. And because of that, I look at this vehicle and I think, my god, I trust it. The Su-34, I like to play as. I don't trust it though because I know it is a good vehicle, great plane, but it can run out of weapons fast. Here, I know I can get the job done. The SU-34 I would call a workhorse. This is a Swiss Army knife. You play this you play the A10 to understand that you will win the game, no matter what. You don't even have to fly good with it just to win the game either. You just know that you can just line up to the target and kill it. The SU-34 you kind of have to play with sometimes. I wouldn't say for experienced people, but I don't expect people to pick it up when they first see it. They see the A10 and they think, "Oh wow, the A10! I know that plane. I'll pick it up any day," and it lives up to its name. It is the first attacker, bomber, ground fighter thing you ever see, and it works for you. That is an amazing part of this vehicle. Now, which one do I think is better? The A10 has its ups and downs, of course. It turns like it's on a NASCAR track. It cannot drift like the SU-34 at all, I would say. It can't turn on a dime, but it can get the job done. If you ever see this plane fly in real life, it does these giant long passes, and you hear the noise of its engines, and you just hear, "Oh look, that's death." The SU-34, though, it's meant to be coming back at you as soon as you miss a target. It's meant to be more forgiving with how you fly it. And that is where the two planes and their skills clash. The A10 only need a couple passes. The SU-34 you can miss. And yes, the 4 AGNs are really, really good on both planes. But like I said, I pick the SFFS every time on the SU-34. That is because it is a great weapon for that plane. Because of the maneuverability and the way you can line up targets faster. If it was on the A10, I wouldn't feel comfortable using it because it's too sluggish. It can't yaw and literally kind of turn up and down fast enough. I wouldn't feel comfortable using it that much. Here, I know I can just lock on, forget, and fire. And just drive past them and just, "Oh look, I missed some, I'll come back for them a little bit." This is just a little extra thing I found. I haven't got the skin yet for it, so I just went off and get it. Anyway, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. See you guys later.
Take out all bombers.
The enemy's getting desperate. This operation is every bit as important to them as it is to us.
Missile away. Missile hit. They're attacking in waves. It's gonna be a grind.
I'm hit! Breaking off! Breaking! Breaking! This is Clinton. Mission accomplished. It looks like I made it in time.
Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
Why do they have to go in there so fast? Is their survey techs? I've had to take them out. This is Men here 6. That's the last of the enemy reinforcements. I gave my men a 15-minute vacation. Sorry, I need a short breather myself. I'll just be stitching on my lost limbs. Should be back before lunch.
What did you say? More guests. Bombers and their escorts. Bearing 170.
Oh, shit. I want to go smack them down, but those boys below are hanging on by a thread. You want me to choose?
Power level is at 80%. You think we should take our shot?
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Patience. Don't want to waste everyone's hard work. Let's wait till 100.
To hold on until
I guess you're right.
gunfires.
Give the fire control system one last check while we're waiting.
Roger.
We've already thrown everything we've got at Stonehenge. What's it gonna take? If we're struggling, and so are they. We just need to hold out for a little longer.
Intercept them now.
Trigger, what the hell are you doing?
Enemy rocket unit coming from the southwest, and helo-borne assault from the northeast. They're planning a direct assault on Stonehenge. Stop them.
Let's split up. Take whichever way you like.
Hostile has a lock.
Stonehenge is taking damage. Major McConey, are you all right in there?
Major is busy with her work. We're gonna need you to please keep up the defense.
Hostile bomber destroyed.
Okay, the helo unit's all yours, Trigger. Lead the way and eliminate the enemy. Cyclops will take the rocket unit.
Roger that.
Strider 1, locked on target. Missile is closing. Strider 1, break!
Prepare to fire. They know we're here. So shoot them before they shoot us. How long till you're ready? Once we fire, that cannon will crumble and the
gun
battle will
range.
end.
Understood.
Strider 1,
Commencing mission. Chopper is on its way to Stonehenge.
We're doing everything we can to fire as quickly as possible. Just buy us some time until then.
hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
Gotcha, pal.
Requesting backup and rescue.
Got one on my ass.
So that's this video done and gone. I enjoy both of these planes. They are amazing, and I would pick either of them any day. I lean toward the Su-34 sometimes because I like the Russian planes better. That's my personal opinion. But in a straightforward match, the A10 I think is better. Anyway, my name is Alex Tyler Gaming. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.